Phil, Rich. Hello everyone. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard Wednesday. I've got some plans. I don't know where Belinda is. I did just remind her that this was coming up, but I don't know necessarily that she takes this seriously enough at all times. It's a bit of a problem. Ouija, hello. Dawn, yes. My mood is at 10. Yes, I feel pretty good. Very perceptive of you, Jen. Very perceptive. Yes, my mood is pretty good, and I don't really know what it could be. I guess I've been to the beach today. Belinda and I got up, had some breakfast. We were talking about doing a post-show beach run, but then we decided it'd be better to go pre-show, and so that's what we've done. We've done a pre-show beach run, and I really wish you would come in here because I've got plans. Anyway, we went down to the beach, had a bit of a swim. It was chilly. The water was still chilly. I think tomorrow we're going to plan another beach run, but tomorrow I'm going to be wearing my rubber pants. I've got a pair of rubber pants, not fetishy rubber pants, just like a Farmer John wetsuit. So it's got the kind of wife beater top. I don't know. Can you even say wife beater? Don't do it, but I think you can still say it. So it's got the wife beater top, and it's attached to like an overalls pair of a wetsuit. So let's see here. Let me do a quick temperature check. What is it? 98.2. Very good. So I'm feeling pretty good temperature wise. Let me see. I think I might be able to text Belinda and see where the hell she is. I don't really understand where she could be. I'm just going to text her, WTF, I'm on. All right, now we'll see where we'll find out. We'll find out who's who or what the hell's going on here just shortly. So, yeah. Cool dip to the beach. Tomorrow I'm going to be wearing rubber clothes to be prepared for it. Here she comes. There she is.
Hello, darling.
Mrs. America.
Just have to mind my light.
Yeah, you got to come in under your light.
Oh my God, put my tea down.
Forget it. You didn't come to the tech rehearsal. You barely made the beginning of the show. You missed. Yeah, see, people are a bit. What's happened?
Someone pruned some rhododendrons.
Beach run like on the beach. Well, we went, Jen, we went to the beach.
And we had
then we got in the ocean. And there were some other people also in the oceon.
There were lots of people in the ocean.
Yeah.
Quite a few. It's cold.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it was crowded. The ocean can hold quite a few more people if you're thinking about a trip to the beach.
Yeah, it was lovely. It was really nice. And that's how we'll be spending the summer, is down at the ocean. In fact, I'm probably going to go back this afternoon because it's bloody hot here.
Yes.
For us, it's really hot. It's in the 80s. It was said it was going to be 87 at 11 a.m. It was going to be the hottest at 11 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
That's not good.
So yeah, I was saying I was going to wear the Farmer John wetsuit, and Rich is saying we call wife beater. I said it was wife beater on the top. He says now we call that domestic partner assaulter now.
Right.
And Todd says, and I'm happy to inform you, you're not getting Employee of the Month.
I like that, Rachel. Belinda. I'm not getting Employee of the Month because I'm not here right at the beginning of the show. How's Belinda's glands?
Your glands?
Darren Garcia? What are you asking?
I don't know.
Glands.
I'm not sure, but let's take your temperature quick.
Yeah, take my temperature. Tell me what it is. I'm feeling hot.
Oh, 98.2. Let's see where I'm at.
That's lower than usual. Oh, you're at 98. That's hot
I'm
for
a
you.
Bit hotter than usual.
Yeah, 0.3. Yeah, brother. Warning. Be careful. He's running hot. What could happen?
Joan's going to the pool. The ocean's too far. 8,500 new Varinus cases in Florida last week. Oh, Michael.
Keys, thank God the backseat driver showed up.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in my wheelchair, so I could do some driving.
Yeah.
I could drive right on out of here, except I have to run you over a little bit.
You'll run over the whole show.
Can I run you over
a little bit? I really would say I like our lighting. I made it a little softer.
Yeah, I suppose it's slightly nicer.
Yep. Oh, excuse me.
Yep.
So, did you know...
Hello.
Happy Wednesday.
Yeah. Oh,
happy Wednesday.
Yeah, humpity hump.
Hump day. Did you know there are between 1 and 1.2 roughly million feral camels in Australia?
No, I thought they were having a real problem with the water buffalo and the kangaroo, but I didn't know that they also had a
No.
problem with naughty old camels.
In the 1800s, they brought over some camels to help them transport. You know, Australia is quite deserty.
Enormous, yeah.
Quite
The
deserty.
camels would be well adapted
And
there.
so, yes, and it says the population is doubling every 8 to 9 years. So they're roughly around 1 million.
God, Australia, you've got to, you're out there. I mean, one of the sort of the horrible secrets is how many kangaroos they shoot. You know, I mean, they're out there killing them as fast as they can.
On Kangaroo Day, you can talk about kangaroos, but it's Hump Day today,
And
Jerry.
Yeah.
So let's stay on topic.
And that's camels, feral camels.
Yeah, camels have humps.
Oh, right.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Really? You
sorry.
just got that?
Yeah, no, I was sort
Oh
of like,
my
what?
God.
Humps, camels.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah, I've been out there talking
We've been
about.
expecting you, the love boat.
Have you got the special things I need? Because I don't. Do you have them?
Well, your valet
'cause
has brought your walker and your...
Yeah, I've got my wheelchair so I can wheel myself around.
Yeah.
I'm going to the beach. That'll be nice.
When are you going to be off to the beach again?
As soon as this is done, I'm hot. I'm going
Right
to
after
the beach.
this. Well,
I've delivered one grad present, and then I've got 5 to go. So, of people around here who's and this is kids graduating from high school. Sorry, 8th graders. I should really get it together for you. But we did wear our pink wigs and take our boas to your 8th grade parade yesterday.
if you'd come to the rehearsal or even the beginning part of the show or been paying...
Am I so off topic?
or been paying attention to me a minute ago.
Oh, right. Back to camels.
Jesus.
Show us your hump.
Did you think that's all I had? Yeah, there's 1 million camels in Australia. Your turn.
No, I knew you had more. I just
supposed to
was,
be on- Are you
I'm the
supposed-
backseat
How did
driver. I segue, blah, blah. I tell
I know.
some, completely ridiculous, extraneous. Like, who gives a shit? She's talking about delivering grad presents. Belinda, get with it.
Just
okay?
Just as a side note and a piece of friendly direction to anyone who's thinking about getting into having conversations with other people. What
In front of other people.
What you might do is listen to what the one person tells you and then respond with something to do with that thing. And curiosity is always nice. So if I said, oh, there's 1.2 million camels in Australia,
Should we go get
you
one?
would say, well, you might say that. That's a funny question.
Should we go ride one?
Well, camels are notoriously cantankerous, and these are feral camels. Evidently, quite a few of the camels in the world are domestic camels that are being used. Just like there's more domesticated horses than there are wild horses, and the same is true for camels. So this is really a large population of feral camels that's down in Australia. And
Can I just say something about horses? Just quickly before we go
well,
back to camels.
technically, I did say horses, didn't I?
You did.
Yes.
And I waited and I asked. Did you notice?
Yep,
I
go ahead.
waited.
Yep.
I wish that there were more wild horses than there were domesticated horses, and that's all I'm going to say. Okay, over to you.
Oh, well, let's go back to you for a second because Darren's responded. Your eye glands, your dry eye. How's your dry eye?
Oh, those. Oh, thanks. Yeah, what do you call those glands? I've even forgotten what they're called. I'm going for my next treatment next week, so I'll let you know. Next Hump Day, I think, is when I've got my next treatment, Wednesday. Because apparently after 2 or 3 treatments, they really start to feel better. But I'm doing the hot compressy, blah, blah. I've got the special oil I'm putting in there. Back to the camels
Well,
and you, darling.
You know what's also dry? Deserts. And that's where camels live. So these feral camels in Australia are in 3.3 million square kilometers of rangeland desert, the Simpson Desert and the Great Sandy Desert.
What about the Nullarbor, the great big one in the middle?
Well, it didn't say anything about that, but I think these deserts are sort of adjacent to that desert, or in fact part of that desert.
Yeah, they're probably little satellite deserts around the great big huge desert.
But they've got so many of them, and they cause quite a bit of trouble, especially in drought. Camels can smell water.
Am I giving you a
I'm
look?
only going to know this much about camels for about the next half hour, so you really want to take advantage of
Yeah,
this.
because I'll remember this. So tell me
Yeah.
what the camels do, and then when they ask me you next week about the camels, I'll be able to
They
answer.
can smell water up to 5 miles away, and often they'll even be attracted to people's air condensation on their air conditioning unit. And so these camels will come, and they'll knock over fences. They'll do whatever they need to do. They don't know it's a fence. They don't know that's your water pump or your toilet or your air conditioner, and they're just trying to
smells
get
like water.
they're just trying to get water, right? So they can be a little damaging, and so there's so many camels. If you go on, if you're interested in the internet, which is where you are now, check out Camel Scan in Australia, because they can tell you about. That's where people can go and document their sightings of the camels. Oh, I see. Now, instead of listening to me, you'd like to have a look in the notebook and see if you can jump ahead a bit in the story.
No, I'm not going to usurp you. I'm not going to upstage you. I'm going to be very, very, very good. When she was good, she was very, very good. When she was bad, she was horrid.
So
I'm going to be good.
If you go to Camel Scan, you see that December 16th, 2019,
Not that long ago.
just
6
before
months.
Christmas, which of course they have Christmas in the summer down there, as you know. And
Yeah, the right time to have summer, Christmas.
It said there was a sighting of more than 100 camels near Perth, which that seems crazy. They're both dromedaries, which are the one hump camels, and the Bactrian camels, which are the two humpers. But I think they're mostly dromedaries from the
Dromedaries, and what's the one with two?
Bactrian.
Bactrian.
I think that's right. Dana probably is correcting me on a lot of camel.
Yeah, Dana, I'll
They
look at
spit a gob of chewed up hay and saliva at me, the size of a baseball. Yeah, camels are they're not.
Nice.
If you see a camel, you shouldn't try and ride it, kids. You should kind of stand back and sweet talk it. I don't even know what they like for treats, but they were imported from British India, is what the website said, and Afghanistan in the 1800s.
That's funny. That's yesterday's show.
Yeah, I'm playing-
You're playing yesterday's show, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm playing yesterday's show on the TV. It was too
Yeah.
hard to get.
Well done,
to play
Keys, for
today's show.
nice
Yeah.
observation.
We're in a bit of a time loop here.
Yes, if the camels
yeah.
and the kangaroos ever join forces, Michael's saying we're done for. Well, once they learn how to swim and come to America,
If
yes.
these animals start talking to each other instead of Dr. Doolittle, we're going to really have a problem. But they were released in the 1800s, early 1900s, after motorized transportation took over. But 24 camels were brought down for the famous Burke Williams expedition, which was from Melbourne up to the north near Darwin. Darwin wasn't there then, but they were going. These explorers, they're like the Lewis and Clark of Australia, except unlike Lewis and Clark, who were seasoned explorers and expert outdoorsmen.
They were doing.
Yeah, Burke and Williams were sort of government bureaucrat guys, and they organized this expedition. They did get the camels.
They were pretty useless, right? Haven't you read a book about them?
Oh God! It's almost. I mean, I don't want to insult anyone's national heritage, but the Burke Williams expedition is very interesting and worth reading a book about. Like, they took these giant tables. It was Victorian times, so
Right, so
they
you take
these
all your
giant
kit.
tables and 2,000 pounds of sugar and silverware, flatware, and they've got camels and people lugging all their crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great way to die, to go out into the desert with
So when
Jen, can I just tell Jen something quickly? 'Cause
Yeah,
she's
so I
worried
wish
that
you
you're-
would.
This
I've
is
lost-
not a
I've lost-
martini shaker. This is Jake's incredibly large
Yeah.
vaso de
That's fine.
agua, because he just drinks
although
water.
what's in it is my business.
Well, it is your business. But if you were drinking that much gin or vodka, I would certainly know
That
it.
would be a problem. You've got to dilute it, ladies and gentlemen. dilute it for a
when
long
it's
life.
when there's that much of it.
Don says at his age he's lucky to have one hump. Ba-boom!
Who's lucky to have one hump?
Don.
Oh,
Yeah, Don Robinson. Come on.
right.
He's the guy who's happy at 3 years short of his 80th birthday.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Welcome aboard. Now I'm losing track of it.
You read the book, I'll read this.
Yeah, can you figure out what Uma's talking about?
Uma, I don't remember what mine was called.
No, that's what I read,
That's
but-
because they went riding on camels when they were in Dubai, and Keys was on one called Bubbles, and Uma can't remember what the one that she was riding was called. Robert was the name of the one she was riding, said Keys. So they had Robert and Bubbles, two very nice camels.
Yeah. I'll give you $1 if you can remember the two astronauts that went up on Elon Musk's rocket the other day.
I didn't pay any attention. I'm a bit off Elon Musk. So
Guido was talking about naming his cats that. That's why I thought you would remember.
Oh,
one of them's name is Doug.
Oh, yep.
I can't remember the other one. That's why I was asking
That was
you.
yeah. No, I couldn't. No, because their cats have got way
Someone
more.
else will chime in.
Yeah, someone will let us know because their cats have got way more artistic and sort of long, complicated names for a cat that you'd never call the cat that. But
So when they brought in all these camels, they also had to have camel handlers because camels are
notoriously needing
impolite
handled,
and difficult.
being handled.
Yeah. And then the camel handlers befriended the Aboriginal population because they're out in the same kind of outback, deserty nomad. But instead of camel handlers, they called them Camel Ears. Camel Ears. Like musketeers, only camels.
Yeah.
Camel Ears.
Or Cavaliers.
Camel
Ears.
Camel Ears.
Yeah, Camel
Camel
Ears.
Ears.
Yeah. I got it. It had an M in it. Yes.
What's up, Camel Ears? And that's how we're going to refer to the audience on Wednesdays from now on. Hello, Camel Ears. We've got
And you'll know that it's a camel reference and it's Hump Day.
Oh,
'cause
Camel
you're
Ears.
super smart. You'll be right with it.
Camel Ears opposed to Varinus. That's the T-shirt that I'm waiting for now. The thing that you have to explain to everyone. What the hell does your T-shirt mean? That's my business.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to be cranky like that.
Well, you could be if you really wanted to be, but it's better not to be.
So,
Jake thinks I'm way too cranky.
well, I wouldn't say that just as a general thing. I mean, you're not too cranky during the show ever. I mean, you seem really charming.
Well, I'm sure sometimes they've seen a slight bit of crank come out.
You're wearing a dress and you squatted up into it. You've got sort of a gown on. You've worn a gown for the show.
Well, it's not really a gown. It's really a dress with a lot of dress not there, so it's nice and cool. It has no back, so it's and it's got pockets, which is good.
Well, I next Hump Day we'll have some more facts about camels. But so with all these camels, it's a real problem. What are they going to do with the camels? They've tried exporting camel meat for pet food, but there's some kind of protein in it that's not good for dogs.
It's super chewy camel food, camel meat. I just made that up. I don't know if it is or not, but just the idea of it, I would imagine.
It turns out that disease-free wild camel is a delicacy in Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Brunei, and Malaysia, according to the website I went to. Who knows if they know what they're talking about?
Right.
But many of these wild camels are exported to Arab countries for racing and breeding stock. They have camel races.
Yeah, I did know they had camel races. I think we should stop racing animals. I'm not into the greyhounds. We shouldn't be racing horses. The other day they
Should we ride horses?
I think it's okay to ride them, but I think so much. I mean, I really love horses. Rhonda was saying her favorite animal is the elephant. I really love elephants, but I also really love and think horses are magnificent and beautiful. And I did ride as a kid, and I loved it, and I did hunt. But horses quite like that because they just get to gallop super fast and jump over fences. But I think that a lot of the things that we do to them are not cool and that we should, they're wild animals. That dressage and all that stuff. I mean, I get you can train an animal, a lipizzaner.
That's like putting a dress on your dog.
Yeah, it's
some
just,
of that
it's
stuff.
just sort of
But I
too
think-
much. And this thing that we're doing with racing, where we race them younger and younger, and their legs aren't fully developed. The bones in their legs aren't ready, and so of course they're always being euthanized. And that terrible, racetrack, whatever it's called, south of here. I know we're supposed to keep on happy stuff, but
No,
they
we're
keep on
supposed
having.
to-
They had to shut it down because so many horses had to be euthanized down there.
Well, I think
their legs aren't strong enough.
We're
to
going
race.
off horse racing, but it's going to take
Yeah.
a while before these countries that are into camel racing decide to go off camel racing. But anyway, there is a huge camel race called the Camel Cup in Alice Springs, Australia, near Uluru. And what may not surprise you is that when you start Googling camels and races in Australia, you come up with all kinds of things. So I'm going to get to that in a minute. But this year, January 5th, or in January, there was a 5-day camel cull in Australia because they had so many camels and the drought was so terrible that they were causing a lot of
havoc with the water that they did have.
So they went out in helicopters shooting camels, where they estimated that they were going to shoot about 10,000 camels, which is a drop in the bucket. 10,000 out of 1 million camels.
Yeah, and can you imagine shooting them from the air and you're not going to completely kill
it's
them and then they have to...
I think that
New
does
Zealanders
go.
are really good at shooting things out of helicopters. I've already told you guys about that because of invasive species. But, they bought the camel there. They wanted the camel and now they're like, oh, I wish we hadn't bought the camel. How did the kangaroo
Jen says I'm sweating, I'm warmer than usual, and I'm super energetic. What's going on? I don't know.
Yeah, you've
Am I
got,
sweating? Am I
yeah,
sweating a lot?
Yeah, if you hold your arm
Oh,
up, you've
yeah,
got
that's a
some
bit of
wet
sweat.
pits.
Well, I'm
And-
also wearing a grey t-shirt. It does feel a bit warm. This new lighting is maybe a bit...
Yeah, the new lighting is a bit hot, but I'm managing because
did-
what did I do? I've just had
It could be this,
yeah.
Jen. I've had a half a banana before the show.
Yeah, that got it. I did come in here and want to know what the smell, why I could smell bananas, but then I looked over my shoulder and I saw with your picture of martinis, half an eaten banana.
Yeah. Well, what's that smell is such a tricky question. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, you
yeah.
can't just walk in somewhere and ask someone that. What's that smell? That's not good. Or that's I put it right up there with when's the baby due? That's another one you want to be careful with.
Yeah, I know some people who they don't talk anymore because he asked her when the baby was due. I mean, there were some other things that happened that, ruined that relationship. But yeah, when's the baby due when you're not pregnant? Not good.
Yeah, you want to watch
Yeah.
out for that.
Well, camels, Australia, dromedaries.
Well, that's enough.
Bactrians.
That's enough hump day camel talk for
Oh
today.
yeah, let's get off the camels and onto some other kind of humping.
Well, I was into Australia and Alice Springs.
Yep.
The Alice Springs is in the center, middle-ish part of Australia. It's right near Uluru, which is the giant rock.
kind of an oasis-y place. Alice
It's the
Springs.
giant rock.
The Red Rock, yes.
Yeah, and so they have a marathon race there every. I think they do it once a year, 500 kilometers in 9 days, and I just thought
In
you
the
might
heat.
like to do that, or maybe not. There is a 100-kilometer race in Norway that I also found for us to do.
On feet,
Yeah,
not on a bike.
on feet.
Oh
yeah.
no, fuck that. Sorry.
All right. Well,
You don't want to do that.
I'll look for some bike things. Well, I'm looking for some kind of age-defying
thing that we
feat
could do.
and also a
Well, our friend Arthur was
kind
going to
of-
do the riding, the AIDS ride all the way from San Francisco to Los Angeles. And the other day, for her birthday, and it's not her 50 yet, that's next year, but she did a 100-mile bike ride. And then she's got this amazing video showing how far she went. She went down to the Korean Bell of Friendship down in Long Beach and then all the way to the Queen Mary and other places. And it was really impressive. Mattia did have to go down and pick her up in the car and bring her back. You know, you drive 100 miles down there and there's no riding
Yeah.
100 miles back. But yeah,
she rode from here to San Diego-ish.
No, Long Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
and
not
that
quite
Korean
100 miles,
friendship
but-
bell, she did enough, this sort of stuff that it ended up being 100 miles. You and I have seen the Korean friendship bell. Remember when we took Dad and Hillary to see
Yes.
the Queen Mary? You
I've
also
seen
said,
it.
let's go see the Korean friendship
I've been
bell.
to the Korean Fellowship Bell multiple times.
Fellowship?
Friendship.
Friendship. Yeah. I think I might have to take you for another swim and cool you
Excuse
down.
me.
Yeah.
I'm a bit hot.
Yeah, he's a bit hot. He has to go in the ocean again. The ocean's quite cold. It's really delicious. I highly recommend
Keith says
it.
don't touch a police horse, but then Jen says she has touched a police horse. So, man, there's a lot of dissent here in the group.
Thing about the police, I mean, we're talking about the police horses the other day and how they will use them against people. But, horses don't want to be charging into groups of people. But, God, the things we've done with horses in World War One, ugh. Anyway, I shouldn't, that's a downer. Let's just keep on camels.
Scott says he took his grandson to the Lips Honors and wasn't aware that none in the show are...
Lipizzaners. I've only ever had those seen those in horse books. I've never
that
seen
none in the show are ridden. They just crack their whips.
Yeah,
The
and then they
Lips
do
Honors
those.
get up
Yeah,
and
they are
do some
beautiful.
dancing.
I mean, they're really beautiful.
Well, it is crazy. I had a friend who...
But making a horse rear up and then just sit on its back legs, that kind of, so
Yeah.
the audience go,
I had a friend who took her kid to the Lips Honors, and her kid was kind of too young to appreciate it. Because, that's why magic is tough for little kids, because it's like, hey, your thing was in the box, and they're like, oh, well, great. And
I wondered where it was, and it's in the box.
They took their kid to the Lips Honors, and the Lips Honors, the horses are dancing on their back feet and running around, giving each other high fives. And the dad asked the little kid, "What do you think?" And the kid goes, "Awesome. Can they fly?" Why wouldn't they start flying
that's
around?
Hilarious. Yes.
Why wouldn't they fly around? Jen says dinner is Reuben's. That sounds good. Or is that a restaurant? I'd love a pastrami sandwich, but of course we don't have that.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna make a baked cauliflower thing with with feta and almonds.
Rachel's having a baby you can chive my car burger from Bob's Burgers Cookbook. That sounds kind of good. I had some. Let me just tell you what I had for lunch.
Oh wow.
I had some ground. sautéed some onion and pepper, and then I added some ground beef and red chili flakes, and I put that on a piece of that rye toast with some cottage cheese, and then some sriracha sauce on top.
And it was a work of art.
It was delicious.
And
spicy
what was I eating?
And proteiny.
Yes, I was eating some yogurt and dried things, chia seeds, on my side of the table.
Yeah.
Marriage.
Jen was a hunter-jumper as a kid, see?
Oh.
Hasn't been on a horse since she moved to Texas.
Wow.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I would think that everybody wants you to get it.
So
Here, hold my gun and get on this horse.
/jumper. Does that mean that you go hunting, or?
I think that's kind of like that fancy.
Well, that's steeplechasing, but your hunter jumper. I mean, because the thing is, they hunt in England and we hunt in New Zealand for hares. We don't hunt for foxes. But what is a hunter in America? Maybe you should put it in the comments and then I'll know.
Yeah, well, I hope
that would be good. Well, I would like to know.
What's a hare in America? I guess we still have hares. I'm always a bit confused about the difference between hares and rabbits, and I know this is not camels, but we've done that.
Yeah, rabbits are smaller and rounder and cuter, and hares are longer and wirier and faster.
And probably less domesticated. Like you can have a pet rabbit, pet bunny, but you can't have a pet hare, can you?
But I don't think Gypsy is that domesticated. I mean, she's quite domesticated because she's, only known us. She doesn't have another bunny with her, and so she thinks I'm the main bunny.
Once they get a taste of the wild.
Yeah, once she gets a taste of running around the house. But now she just goes back into her cage. I mean, she's so well behaved. I wouldn't if I were her. I'd be gone. But she did take off once, and I think we told you the story, and we had to get her back. We had to put up lost bunny signs, and we really would prefer that didn't happen again. Because we were lucky.
Todd is asking if Hotel Carmel, at first I thought that said Hotel Camel, Hotel Carmel in Santa Monica, a decent place. I'll have to look into that for you, Todd. I'm not sure.
Jake will do some research for you. I haven't even heard of it. Carmel. Hotel Carmel.
Oh, Jen says no, actually hunting.
Oh, hunting. Okay, got it.
Wow, Catherine says when she was 4, a police horse stepped on her little friend's foot, broke her ankle and foot. Traumatized and afraid of horses for years. Yeah. I'm afraid of horses just from that story. Would you like a little snark or a question? How about a question from the question box?
It's more a topic.
Yeah. What do you think is the ideal age?
Well, that was interesting because yesterday we had the what can you tell us about the 50s? What's an ideal age? Well, I have to say a lot of good things happened. The ideal age. Well, maybe from 38 to now.
38 till now? That's a pretty broad range that you've got there.
I know.
Well, yes, I would have to say. I left
my 40s, but I'm enjoying also being in the 50s. I mean, that's good as well.
I'm pretty excited about Dawn's experience.
Oh, it's 77.
Being in his 70s, yeah. No, because I feel like that's been my experience so far. It does keep getting better. Yeah. I mean, although if I could have my 20-year-old body back or my 30-year-old body back now, I'd really be able to do more physical things. That would be nice.
One of the things I just wrote on this grad
Jen says no hunting. No, not hunting. There's no hunting. It was just jumping.
Oh, I see.
I had the wrong end of the stick there, and I think it's important that I correct that.
Okay. Oh, show jumping. Yeah. Okay, I did that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Catherine says 26. Joan says 30. Andrea says 45.
I think that, we had this interesting English guy staying up in this house, and he was writing a book on aging, and he was traveling all around the world and sort of looking at people all over the place. He had a really interesting thing to say about New Zealand. He said, New Zealand's a really interesting country. He said, it's like the men are the blokes are the sheep, are the women, and the women are the blokes, because the women are very emancipated in New Zealand. And they are first country in the world to give women the vote in the 1890s. So 18.
All I'd say is be careful what you wish.
Yeah, you got an opinionated one. But why was I saying? Oh, and the thing that he said about aging is that, or your age, is that as long as you're healthy and everything is working, it doesn't really matter what age. I mean, it's that we're kind of ageless in a way, and we sort of are. If it all works and you can do all the things, now that you did when you were 20, then it's just like I said yesterday. I really think it's just a number. But 38
right.
was pretty sweet. That was when I met you again.
Yeah. For me, that was in my 40s, but good.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
I just have a few things from the comments that I find amusing here. Jack Keys says, Jack Handy quote, I hope if Keys with the Jack Handy, you must have that book, Jack Handy book handy. I hope if dogs ever take over the world, they choose a king, they don't just go by size, because I bet there's some chihuahuas out there with some good ideas. And that's possibly true. I'm not sure. Catherine's giving us a compliment because we look young. I have to say I've enjoyed that the most today, although some of those camel jokes I did enjoy. All right. So today's quote from Seize the Day, and thank you all for watching. I hope I feel like maybe Jen, the reason I seemed so excited was because I'd found out so many camel facts. I was really excited that it was Hump Day and it was going to be camels, and then the idea that,
You were so
the idea
clever.
that you didn't even know that it was Hump
That I
Day,
couldn't
and that's
even
why I
work
was
that out.
talking about camels.
Oh, what about the thing that we worked out today at the beach?
What?
With the lifeguard boat. So today we were down at the beach and we were watching the lifeguard boat, and
No, let's save this for tomorrow.
all right. But this is my story, because I was the one who thought of it.
Oh, yes.
And then you can do the ender on it, okay? Because you're the one who thought how we could then work it into our show.
Yep.
Okay, all right.
All right.
For mañana.
All right, here we go.
And if we forget, just remind us, lifeguard boat mañana story from the beach when we had such a romantic time on the beach today.
Yes,
it
we
was
did.
so sweet lying there with you.
Don't tell these people their business. They know how to do that.
Don't tell me my business telling them their business. Don't get into my business when I'm
I'm going to get into your business.
I'm just trying to get them to help me in case I won't forget. Man, I'm going to...
You won't forget.
No, I won't forget.
So
I'm going to put my hands in my pockets and flap my dress around.
Today's quote is from Carlson Gracie Sr., one of the original Brazilian founders of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, I know
Yes. Life is yours. Do not let life's problems have other influences on what you believe. See for yourself. So, and that goes for all the things I've just told you about camels.
Yeah, go to Australia and see for yourself.
Yes,
Don't go at
please
culling
do.
time. And if you want to go see them race, I want to know from Keys and Uma, was it fun to ride a camel? Because I rode an elephant once, and it was fun because I was on an elephant and I love elephants, but I did sort of feel a bit.
It's a bit uncomfortable to ride a big animal that's, it's a little hard on your trunk.
We have a
your
friend
core
who went to
strength.
Indonesia and he rode an elephant and broke
This is
his
me
back.
I'm riding a camel in the show right now.
Oh, nice simulation.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh, fuck that camel.
he's
How are your
accelerating.
balls?
He's accelerating.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hating it. All right.
Did you say you were mating it?
Hating it.
Oh, hating it. God, it would be terrible if the camel ride, devolved into you having sex with a camel. How would I explain that to the Camel Ears?
I'm not
it's my husband. He just wants
I'm not having
He's
sex.
just a randy. Oh, what's
I'm
wrong
not
with
having
him?
sex with a camel.
No,
I mean,
that
if
would
you
be.
are,
It sort of looks a bit like you are in the replay, but really horrible
the
sex.
time delay on
sort
the
of
thing.
waving.
So let me just say,
Oh, Jerry.
don't do it with a camel. Don't have sex with a camel unless the money's right, and then it's your business and the camel's business. Let's all be nice to each other as usual. And
I think I've been pretty nice to you during the show.
Oh my God, you have compared to earlier today.
I have been lovely all day long. Are you kidding?
Yes, you have. It was a joke. Oh my God.
Right,
Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
I'm married to a comedian, and I
my
still
goodness.
forget he's going to, pull my leg
There,
whenever he can.
there,
No, don't
there.
patronize me. That's,
All right. We'll see you tomorrow.
That's all, there yourself.
Don't give
there,
up. Ooh, it's
Yeah.
turning weird at the end of the show.
Oh, come on.
Thanks,
it is not-
everybody.
They like this kind of shit. Hey, let's just give Shawise, what's the marriage on right now on a 1 to 10?
I'm at 9.
Me too.
Yes!
High five it, man. High five it.
Yeah.
Come on. Fucking we've...
Got a little
we won
pitch
that
shot.
one.
I'm
Yeah.
sweating it out.
I know. I'll just take his sweaty bottom down to the beach, shall I?